Hey yogis, welcome to week 3 of our Niyamas. And this week we're doing it on Tapas. And apologies to any of you who were signed up for Monday and we had to postpone to a recording. I'm doing this in Paris this week. And so just wanted to be able to share this moment with you, but also keep momentum on our Niyamas because we have 3 left. And I'd like to wrap this up with you in the next 3 weeks because there's been a lot to unpack. So we're going to do this week on tapas and maybe have a journal close by if you want to write anything down. If you're a more visual person, this might be a more visual practice for you, but we're just going to work with a little bit on some tapas and imagining burning some things up. So with that, let's go ahead and start. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall and find a comfortable seat. And again, if you want to lay down for this meditation, please feel free to do so. And as you're starting to find your seat, just before you start to close your eyes, start to just notice the body and see if there's space where you can soften here. And maybe that's dropping your shoulders. Maybe it's softening the belly so it can gently rest between your thighs. And just see if there's a couple more little micro movements you can take just to get your body adjusted and settled. And then we're just going to take a couple gentle movements here to start with. So whatever side's comfortable, just go ahead and take a gentle twist. So if you're going to the right, your left hand goes onto your right knee, right hand behind you. And don't worry so much about lengthening too much at this point. We just want to create a little opening through the spine. Drop your shoulders, lift the heart. Take a big breath. And then exhale through center. Let's switch whichever side you didn't do this time. Switch it. Opposite hand to your knee, hand behind you. And again, as you inhale, we're just going to lift and gently twist, pull the heart forward, and take a big breath. And exhale back through center. Go ahead and take your hands and interlace them. And we're going to push the fingers and palms forward. Then on your inhale, just go ahead and lift your arms up. Really reach down through the tailbone. So you're going to push down through the sits bone and the tailbone. You're going to lift up through the crown of the head, lift the fingers, close your eyes, lift your chin, take a breath. And then on your next exhale, gentle half moon to the right. Keep rooting your sits bones down as you gently reach your fingers over. And inhale center, exhale to the left. Again, if the bind is too much for you, you can just release it. See if you can take another breath. And then inhale center, exhale, release the arms and let your hands rest wherever is comfortable for you. And then gently start to close your eyes and quiet your mind. And start to come to your breath. Letting go of anything that came with you to this meditation that's occupying space or time or energy in your mind right now. And just allowing yourself to come inward back into the body. And really feeling the breath on the inhale. And feeling the breath on the exhale. And staying here for a few moments, just noticing the breath. And if you notice that your mind wanders, but yet your breath still continues, just find in the pause between the inhale and the exhale, the awareness, and be the witness of what's happening in the mind while the breath follows its own rhythm. And then see if you can sync the two things together, where the breath happens on its own and the mind is actively following the breath. And again, if the mind wanders at any point here, just pause and be the witness between the inhale and the exhale, that both things can happen at the same time. And just notice. And then for a few moments, we're going to continue to stay with our breath, but this time let's take a few counted breaths. So just noticing what feels good for you today. Maybe you start with 3 counts on the inhale and 5 counts on the exhale. Maybe you go 4 on the inhale and 6 on the exhale. Maybe 5 on the inhale and 7 on the exhale. And remember, we're not looking to strain anything with the breath. We're just following the breath for a few counts, allowing the exhale to be a little longer than the inhale. And find a pattern that works for you. And as you stay with this counted breath, if you'd like to release it for a few moments and just stay with your eyes closed and gently following the inhale and the exhale. For our Niyama this week of Tapas, it's a conscious effort to achieve union, ultimate union with whatever the divine is for you. The true definition of tapas means to blaze or burn, to shine, to purify, to consume something by heat. And tapas are so important for us to recognize, because when we set things on fire, when we build heat in the body, it allows us to move things out that no longer serve us. And without that heat, it can't burn away. And there's 3 types of tapas. The first is the body, which is kayika, which is tied to nonviolence, like we learned with Ahimsa. The second is speech, or vachika, which is speaking kind words and truthfulness. Then the mind is the third, manasika, which is mental awareness, staying tranquil and calm and even in all situations, regardless of what you're feeling in the moment. It's the ultimate self-control to be the witness in whatever's happening. So taking a moment, I want you to think about those three things: the body, speech, and mind. And let's start with something small. But pick one of those three that resonates the most with you. And now let something tied to that tapas come into your mind. And whatever pops up first, just go with it, embrace it. It's usually meant for you to take. And if nothing readily comes to mind, just stay with the breath for a few moments. And something may come later this week. And as we all come to our breath, start to visualize whatever that was that popped into your mind: a situation, a behavior, a pattern, a person, words, or tendencies. Imagine that you've placed them in your hands. And with your eyes closed, imagining whatever that is within your hands, start to imagine breathing energy and fire into whatever it is. And start to imagine it starting to burn. Can you feel the heat in your hands? And watch the flame. How big does it start to get? What are the colors that you see? Does it change shape or keep its form? And just notice, how long does it burn? And now imagine the flame as it starts to die down, and see what's left in its place. What did that image, or whatever you held in your hand, what form did it take? See, whatever it is refined, shining and glimmering with a newfound purpose. And gently ask it if it needs to stay with you or if it's ready to be released. If it's something that's been purified and taken a new form that needs to stay with you for whatever possibility it may hold. Just see if you can find a spot for it to rest within you and then within your body. And if it's something that's leaving because it no longer serves its purpose, give it gratitude. And then watch it evolve into embers and ash. And then gently release the ashes back into the earth. And come back to your breath. And regardless if you kept a refined image or you let go of something, just notice how the body feels. Maybe there's a lightness in your heart, calmness in the mind, or a newfound sense of hope and wonder. My challenge to you this week is to find one other thing to do this exercise with. Or maybe you pause in a moment that's hard or triggering for you, and you sit with whatever's there and you allow it to burn. And after the flame has died, notice where it needs to go. Does it stay with you or does it leave? And each time we go through this process of tapas and burning, recreating what's maybe not beautiful into something truly transformative, something in us shifts. So know that even if it's something small, sometimes it's the small things that make lots of room as we let the small things go for something bigger. And gently come to your breath. And if you'd like to use an intention this week, just as a reminder, just say to yourself anytime you're in reaction or struggling with something you're trying to let go of, I allow what's going to go and what's coming to come. I allow what's going to go and what's coming to come. I allow what's going to go and what's coming to come. And slowly deepen your next inhale. And on your exhale, gently sigh it through your mouth. And again, lengthen the inhale. And as you exhale, nice and slow through the mouth, just imagine everything releasing. Not holding on to anything that no longer serves you. And then gently bow your chin to your chest. And I thank you for joining me in this meditation on our Niyama of Tapas. Remember to go gentle with yourself. These lessons are powerful. and they can make massive shifts. So if you've noticed the last few weeks, things feel different, things are changing, just trust that this is the journey and this is the process. And I thank you for letting me be your guide. Have a beautiful rest of your week.